A numberful Wednesday, kids! Join me again as we learn how to count, solve, and enjoy math. This is Teacher Tin and welcome to our class. Did you enjoy counting last week? Now let's level up and learn how to add and subtract. Game? Alright, let's begin our numberful journey. There are four basic mathematical operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. For today's session, we will talk about the first two: addition and subtraction. What's the difference between the two? Do you know? Simply put, in addition, we add more value to a number. We use a plus sign in addition. For example, 4 plus 2 is equal to... Correct! 4 plus 2 is equal to 6. Subtraction is the opposite of addition. When we subtract, we take away value from a number. We use a minus sign in subtraction. For example, 4 minus 2 is equal to... You're right! 4 minus 2 is equal to 2. Again, in addition, we give more value to a number, while in subtraction, we take away value from a number. Alright! Now let's try adding two-digit numbers. Are you ready? When we add or subtract two-digit numbers, we should always start with the digits on the right or digit in the ones place. Then, we move to the digits on the left or the tens place. Let's have this example. 23 plus 12. Can you solve for the answer? Good job! The answer is 35. Now let's subtract 12 from 23. What is 23 minus 12? 11! Very good! Wow! We're just getting started and you're already doing a great job. Now, I think you're ready to add and subtract three-digit numbers. Yeah, you heard it right. Three-digit numbers. Don't worry, I'll be here to help you. As we perform these basic operations, we will answer these three questions. First, how do we add and subtract three-digit numbers? Second, what do we need to remember when adding and subtracting three-digit numbers? Lastly, why do we need to learn how to add and subtract? Come on, kids, let's get started. The addition and subtraction of whole numbers are basic operations that are very useful in our daily lives. We use this in counting objects, buying goods, keeping track of things such as the time, temperature, and many more. Knowing these operations will also help us to easily compute for activities that require mathematical sentences. Let's recall more about addition.
When do you think we usually use addition? Correct! We use addition when putting together two groups of objects and finding how many objects there are in total. Now, repeat after me as I read each word that describes or implies addition. Total, come, increase, both, altogether, sum, plus, combine, in all, add, join.
Awesome! Now that we know more about addition, it's time to review the parts of an addition sentence.
Take a look at this. We have here 21 plus 54 is equal to 75. Do you know what 21 and 54 are called? Right, they are called addends. Now, what do we call 75 here? Correct, it's called the sum. Let's review. Addends are any of the numbers that are added together, while the sum is the answer in addition. Again, addends, sum, addends, sum, addends, sum.
Very good, kids! Now let's try adding 3-digit numbers. Just like we did earlier, we are going to add 3-digit numbers in these 3 simple steps. Step 1. Let's start at the rightmost digits, or the digits in the ones place, or digits in the least place value. Now going to the left, we need to add the digits in the middle or the tens place. Lastly, we now add the hundreds or the digits in the greatest place value. Ready to try it? Alright, I'm excited too. Okay, let's find the sum of 123 and 459.
Again, we start with the digits in the ones place. Which numbers are in the ones place value? Good job! 3 and 9. 3 plus 9 is equal to 12. Can we write 12 together? Correct. We can't do that. We have to split 12 into 1 10 and 2 ones. So now we have to put 1 on the top of the tens column and put 2 below the line. Let's continue. For the second step, can you tell me which numbers are in the tens place? Correct. We have 2 and 5. Don't forget, we also have to add the 110 we placed on top earlier. So, 1 plus 2 plus 5 is equal to 8. Good job! We're now on the last step. Which numbers are in the hundreds place? Correct! We have 1 and 4. When we add 1 plus 4, we will get 5. Now, the sum of 123 and 459 is 582. Great job!
Wow! Good job, kids! Let's all clap our hands. This time, I will share with you some tips and hacks in adding 3-digit numbers easily. Are you excited? Let's start. Look at the image beside me. What do you call this kind of paper? Good job! We call this a grid or graphing paper. Do you know that you can use a grid paper to properly align the digits in addition problems? Yes, you may. A grid paper is a useful aid for students having difficulty keeping digits in proper columns. Remember this, kids. We should always pay close attention to the alignment of numbers to help prevent errors. Alignment is the key. Now let's see. 346 plus 514 is? You can use a sheet of paper if you like. Good job! The sum of the two numbers is 860. Ready for the next tip? Okay! If you're forgetting to add the regrouped digit to the next column, you can write the digit lightly above the correct place and encircle it. Now let's try solving for the sum of 468 and 246. Awesome! The answer is 714. And for the last tip, take a look at this chart. Are you familiar with this? This is a place value chart. Using a place value chart offers a sure way of getting digits to the correct places. For example, to solve an addition problem, model the addends in the place value chart, regroup the blocks as needed, and then write the answer in standard form. Now let's try adding 135 and 278 using a place value chart.
First, let's put the blocks in their respective columns. For 135, we put 5 in the ones column, then 3 in the tens column, and 1 in the hundreds column. Now, let's group 278 in the chart. We put 8 in ones column, then 7 in the tens column, and 2 in the hundreds column. Now, 5 ones and 8 ones will give us 13 ones. 3 tens and 7 tens will give us 10 tens. 100 and 2 hundreds will give us 3 hundreds. Imagine the sum of 135 plus 278 being written as 3, 10, 13. Do you think we can write it this way? Of course not. Good job, kids. You're correct. Regrouping is needed in this problem. When a column has more than 10 blocks, we have to move it to the next column. Now look at our chart. In the ones column, we need to move 10 blocks to the tens column. In the tens column, we also have to move 10 blocks to the hundreds column. So, our chart will now look like this. By looking at our place value chart now, the sum of 135 and 278 is 413. Simple, right?
That was fun! Did you enjoy that? But wait kids, we're not yet done. Let's now move on to subtraction.
Before we start, let's review more about what subtraction is. Like addition, subtraction is also one of the basic operations in math. Can you tell me where we usually use it? Very good! Just like in addition, we also use it for most of our daily activities, but only in the opposite way. Instead, subtraction tells us how many are left or how many more or less. Now, repeat after me as I read each word that describes or implies subtraction. Take away, decrease, remain, difference, minus, how many more, fewer, left.
Fantastic! Now, can you still remember the parts of the subtraction sentence?
Take a look at this. 5 minus 1 is equal to 4. The first number in a subtraction sentence is the minuend. This is where we subtract a number from. The second number is called the subtrahend. This is the number that is subtracted from the minuend. Now, the answer in subtraction is called Correct. It's called the difference. Again, minuend subtrahend difference. Minuend subtrahend difference. Minuend subtrahend difference. Very good. Now let's have some subtraction problems.
Remember the steps in adding 3-digit numbers earlier? Great! The steps are actually the same. Instead of adding value to a number, we are going to take away value from another number. So, we have to follow these steps. Step 1. Subtract the ones or the digits in the least place value. Step 2. Subtract the tens. Finally, step 3. Subtract the hundreds or the digits in the greatest place value.
Always take note that in subtracting numbers, if the digits in the minuend are greater than or equal to the digits of the subtrahend, we can subtract the numbers digit by digit. But if the digits in the minuend are less than the digits of the subtrahend, we have to regroup the digits before we can subtract the numbers. Ready to try subtracting numbers? Okay, let us try this equation. 654 minus 368.
For the first step, what digits are in the ones place value? Awesome! We have 4 and 8. Can we subtract 8 from 4? Correct! We can't because 8 is greater than 4. So, we need to regroup 110 as 10 ones first to add it to our 4 to have 14. Now, can you subtract 8 ones from 14 ones? Good job! The answer will be 6. Since we regrouped 110 from 5 tens, don't forget to cross out 5 and replace it with 4. This is what we call borrowing. We borrowed 110 from 5, so we now only have 4 in the tens place. For the second step, which numbers are in the tens place value this time? Can we subtract 6 from 4? Correct! Since 6 is greater than 4, we need to regroup 100 as 10 tens first to make 14 tens. Now, can we subtract 6 tens from 14 tens? Splendid! The answer will be 8. Keep in mind that since we regrouped 100 from 600s, we need to cross out 6 and replace it with 5. We're now down to the last step. Which numbers are in the hundreds place value? Yes, 5 and 3. When we subtract 3 from 5, we will get 2. Now, the difference of 654 minus 368 is 286. Addition and subtraction are opposites or inverse operations in math. So, you can use one to check the answer of the other one. After you finish a subtraction problem, you can add the difference back to the subtrahend to make sure you get the minuend back. See? It's obvious, right? And although it sounds like a lot of extra work, it usually seems pretty quick to do since addition is fairly fast. Whoa! Time surely does fly fast when you're enjoying, right? Just to keep things in check, let's try to remember what we have discussed today. We can add and subtract 3-digit numbers by following these steps. Step 1. Add or subtract the digits in the ones place or the digits in the least place value. Step 2. Add or subtract the digits in the tens place. Step 3. Add or subtract the digits in the hundreds place or the digits in the greatest place value. These are the tips and hacks in adding and subtracting 3-digit numbers easily. 1. Make sure the numbers are properly aligned. 2. Visualize the numbers using a place value chart. 3. Use the opposite operation to check your answers when in doubt. Addition and subtraction of whole numbers are basic operations in mathematics that are useful in our daily lives. Knowing these operations will also help us to easily compute 4 activities that involve mathematical sentences. Fantastic! Did you enjoy adding and subtracting with me today? If you did, click thumbs up and share this video to help young learners like you to count, solve, and enjoy math. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. Again, this is Teacher Tin, and see you on our next Numberful Wednesday.